Hi guys, thank you for stopping by to share with Julie today. I hope you're having a fantabulous day today, guys. In this video, I'm looking at what is the best diet for women who are dealing with fibroids. What is the best diet? And this is important because I based on the information that I see available in some areas, I think women who may follow some of these suggestions may actually exacerbate the problem and have the fibroids growing and be wondering why it's growing, and they're trying to do the best that they can. And you know, people try to give this kind of, some people rather, let me not say people in general, there are some individuals and even some websites that you visit, the perception is that, we don't know what causes fibroids, so it's okay to continue to eat meat. And even for some people, they may say, okay, no to meat, but they say yes to fish. Fish, meat, no. Though that's not the best diet for fibroids. In a nutshell, the studies, the research has shown, the experience, my experience also, being someone who had been dealing with this for years, the best diet for fibroids is fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables. And the research are there. The researches are there. The studies are there that shows that the consumption, increased consumption of fruits and vegetables have a protective effect, in developing fibroids, and can also aid in shrinking fibroid tumors. And so this is significant. What this means is that your diet, whatever you eat in a day, the majority of that diet should be fruits and vegetable. That is what should be the majority of your diet. There are many women who have significantly shrunk their fibroids and had fibroids going away on a raw vegan diet. Because a vegetarian diet only just will not cut it. Because many vegetarians, they still eat eggs, they will eat cheese, they will consume milk. And these also create a problem, because one of the issues associated with fibroid tumors is hormonal imbalance. And when we eat foods, a lot of these meat and fish that are, grown in polluted, that are harvested from polluted areas, or fish that are grown in in ponds that they harvest like they would do the animals, farm fishes, they are fed the same hormones like the animals. And this is what gets into the body. They call this kind of estrogen. It creates an estrogenic effect when it gets into the body that they call xenoestrogen. And this can significantly create an imbalance in the body, the hormone levels in the body. So consuming meat, consuming fish, consuming dairy will not help if you are dealing with fibroids. And I will say this, if you are serious about shrinking your fibroids, if you are serious about relieving the symptoms associated with fibroids, then I would say give yourself a period of minimum 30 days. Because if you go on a program, on a plant-based program, especially one involving chiefly fruits and vegetables and your juices and your smoothies and predominantly raw, you will find that you will experience such a difference at the end of that period that hopefully you will want to continue. And of course, people who are lacking in potassium phosphate, that is also another thing. You want to increase the level of potassium if you are dealing with fibroid tumors. Increase the level of iron, up the intake of iron if you're dealing with fibroids. And I don't mean go to the store and buy iron. Get some burdock, get some yellow dock, get some sarsaparilla, make capsule, make tonics, make iron tonic, iron capsule with these. I have tonic recipes on my blog. You can check that out. I'll have a link below. You can use these to raise the level of iron. The fruits and vegetable also, what they do is, because they have all this fiber, it helps to get the waste moving out of the body. So the digestive waste, it increases your bowel movement. And your bowel movement is one way of ridding the body of the waste. You don't want that waste sitting in the body, because that also creates issues, And that is one way to help to get, when you have the bowel movements, regular bowel movements, to help to get that some of that xenoestrogen that would have been consumed out of the body. So can you imagine if for the whole week, one time you've probably gone to the bathroom? There are some people who 2 weeks, and so forth, they have not even been to the bathroom, even longer. And I can tell you that I was one of those people. I really was. I used to be seriously constipated. Of course, I did not really understood why at the time, what was happening. But now I know, that it was what I was eating. My food was severely lacking in fiber. I remember at the time, during the period when I found out that I had fibroids, or I had developed fibroids, because I suspect it would have been developing for a period of time, over a period of time. And at that time I was working at a place where they sold chicken. They sold chicken, eggs, all of that kind of stuff. And we used to get chicken as allowance. I used to get 2 chickens every week for allowance, and also 30 eggs. Well, I didn't get 30 eggs every week, but when it was, that period where it was flowing, we would get 30 eggs every week or every other week. But the chicken, we always got these chicken. So being in that situation, I found myself eating a lot more of this chicken. I was getting all this free chicken. So I was partaking in the chicken, and all of that. And, I was eating, my diet was very little, if any vegetables, very little vegetables at the time, to be honest. My plate was just brown and white. And unfortunately, that's how many, plates look like. That's how some people, too many plates look like this. The predominant color is the color of the meat, and the color of the starch. And there's no fiber in the diet, no fiber whatsoever. And so I just wanted to reiterate this, even though I've done videos similar in nature, that to shrink fibroids, listen to me, to shrink fibroids, please, the diet must be chiefly fruits, vegetables, and of course you could have your juices, you could have your herbal teas. These are the things you want to make up the dominant portion of your diet. So I know for many people it's difficult for them to just switch like that, but try to incorporate more fruits and vegetables in the diet. If you don't like the greens, make smoothies. Almost everybody will love a smoothie. You can throw in whatever fruits you like with the greens and so forth. And if you don't want to take the herbal tonic, make capsules. Blend them into your smoothie. But you must take charge of your diet if you want to shrink fibroids. Don't believe it that you can't do anything about it. Don't believe it that it's hereditary and so you can't shrink it. You cut it out and it comes back. You cut it out and it comes back. I've heard that time and time again. You cut it out and you come back. And that is why I never wanted to do surgery. Even when I wasn't sure what it is that I was going to do, I just did not want to do surgery. Because in that way, you're not getting to the root cause of the problem. I was successful. You could be too. And I know that there are many women out there who are trying the diet and who are seeing tremendous results. And you can be a part of that too. And you can check out my book also on fibroids. I have a book on fibroids that I did, looking at the options available for women who have fibroids, looking at different methods that you could use in order to help you to shrink fibroids and to relieve the symptoms of fibroids. So I know you'll find that useful. I'll put the link below for that also. But just remember, the diet is key when it comes to fibroids. And I know it's using proteolytic enzymes because I've used those also. But even if you use proteolytic enzymes, and yes, I will admit they can be really very effective, but they are an expensive option, one. And two, it doesn't make any sense you use something like that if you're not prepared to get to the root cause of the problem, because they will always grow back if the root cause of the problem is not addressed, which is the diet. The research is there. The evidence shows clearly that a diet consisting of fruits and vegetables is what is needed, is what works in helping women with fibroids, while a diet rich in meat and dairy actually creates the problem. So please bear that in mind. And some other things that you can do is exercise. Exercise is also important. So that is also good, and that has also been shown to have a positive effect for women who have fibroid. And I think it could, especially women who tend to exercise more. If you exercise for maybe 20 minutes per week, you might not see significant results or maybe any real results. But women who exercise more have been shown to get some benefit in terms of protection from fibroids, and of course some have been able to shrink the fibroids. But things work together, so you can put the pieces together and formulate a program that works for you. But just remember, diet is key Diet is always key. Diet will always be key. So there you have it, guys. I hope you found this useful. Subscribe to my channel, like and share my videos. Don't forget, be the change you like to see in this world. Have a fantabulous day today. Ta-ta.